every stroke complete, in every note we play. We reflect His glory as we walk in His way. The meaning of life is clear and straight. We were created to create.
42 players online right now.
So let the works of our hands, like the stars in the sky, shine bright with His purpose, lifting His name high. For in each creation we find our fate, living the truth we were created to create.
And to figure out which one was my music tab for my volume because it's way too loud. How's it going, guys? We're still working on the smithing grind, and crazily enough, I did not think anything of it when I first did the first RuneScape Classic stream. I was like, yeah, whatever, I'll stream because, like, why not? What the heck? That stream has like just under 1,000 views now. I try to make comebacks on this channel so many times. I put in so much effort. I tried so many things, try to like, yeah, I don't know. I put so much effort in and I get like no views on it at all. I just like casually just sit down and start streaming some RuneScape Classic. Boom, 1,000 views. What?
Stars above and earth below. From the dust life starts to
Also, I was playing like much bigger games, getting no views. RuneScape Classic, the community, boom. People love this game. I mean, I love this game, so it makes sense. Damn, I'm still dropping frames, eh? Because I was on Wi-Fi before, and I ran a new line so that I wouldn't be on Wi-Fi. I'm still dropping frames, but I am on Starlink, so maybe that's why. I don't know. I don't know if people stream on Starlink off it. It could be my bitrate that I've set. My bitrate I set a long time ago before I moved here and before I was on Starlink. I had much faster internet. I might have to tune the bitrate down just a touch. Although to be honest, I don't think the drop frames, even though it seems like quite high, it's probably not that bad because there's not a lot going on. RuneScape Classic, not like a lot of fast movements. You probably don't even notice it.
Hands to heaven, hearts ablaze. Every prayer a form of praise. In creation we take part.
If you haven't been to any of the recent streams, we are rocking the AI generated music that I wrote all myself with AI, but I've been trying to work on a song about how I truly think the meaning of life is to participate in creation. Whether that means children of your own or just creating something in life as well. Participating in a build, if you're a construction worker. And I think that's one of the reasons why there's so many depressed people working in offices and stuff like that, is the creation. It might not really feel as real, like they're participating in creation that much. And I truly do believe that is what makes people happiest.
We take part with His love inside our heart.
Oh, this one. This one I had a lot of fun with.
Secrets where whispers lie. A voice rose up with a piercing cry. Alex Jones, they called him mad, but in the echoes, some truths he had.
His son moved in his crib. I must have been too loud. Moved around a little bit. trying to actually get better with the timing here. There we go. Instead of just spam clicking, trying to like click at the right time. I do it when I'm not streaming, but for some reason when I'm streaming, it's like, get out of sync. So I'm gonna do 2 streams today. They're gonna be split between my son's wake periods, because my wife's got to do a first aid training thing. It's like an 8-hour thing, so my son's with me all day. Solo. It's his first solo day with daddy. It's his first full-on dadder day. I call it dadder days on Saturday because it's the first. I'm at work all week, right? And he only gets me at the end of the day because I have to leave before he wakes up. So on Saturdays it's dadder day because he gets to spend lots of time with me. Well, today is a full-on dadder day because mommy she's got her first aid training thing today, which we dropped her off first. So I'm gonna stream while he's napping. Try to be a little quiet because he is right on the other side of this wall. And then, of course, during his wake period, I'm not going to be streaming, and then I'm going to be streaming again afterwards. We'll see if we can finish the 5K steel bars by then. I don't know if it's possible. It says 1.5K in 3.5 hours is the pace I'm on right now. So I don't think it's going to be possible to finish today because I got to do like 1,800. And I think I'm going to have about 3 hours of streaming between those two. Alex Jones was right. That's the other thing I got to check out. So when I just sang along with the song there, I got to mess around with my syncing issues. I can hear it, but then sometimes on the stream, they get out of sync with each other. So I don't know. They might be good. But sometimes they're way off, and it sounds like, dude, your rhythm is awful. Latency issues. I think next we have some RuneScape songs coming up. These songs are literally playing in reverse chronological order of when I made them. No shuffle.
He found light through the storms and the fights. His words still fly from the whispers of the night.
Just seen a player walking around as a ghost.
Alex Jones was right. Oh, Alex Jones was right.
Oh, no, this one. Oh, yeah. This is another good one.
Wrapped up in old sayings like the morning follows night. We search for new horizons, thinking we're so wise, but the answers lie before us in the stars and in the skies. The secret to life is hidden behind the word cliche. Common truth we've heard 1,000,000 times along our way. It's simple and it's plain, but our ego leads us astray. To avoid the beaten path, we toss the truth away. A stitch in time saves nine. Don't count your chickens yet. Every dog will have its day. Don't live with regret. The early bird catches the worm. Slow and steady wins the race. Actions speak much louder in the smile upon your face. The secret
To life is hidden behind the word cliche.
common truth we've heard a million times along our way. It's simple and it's plain, but our ego leads us astray. To avoid the beaten path, we toss the truth away. When it rains, it pours.
So the good thing about how these streams are actually doing decent,
Rome wasn't built in a day.
I might as well start, like, I was waiting to have some time to start recording
Where you
to do any of the questing, because I have all the quest requirements except for Herblock, because you need quests for that, but I've not done a single quest. I can just do the quests on stream, start plugging away at them, and then it's all captured. So I wanted to capture all my progress towards becoming a RuneScape legend. Oh, I right clicked by accident.
to life is hidden behind the word cliche. Common truth we've heard a million times along our way. It's simple and it's plain, but our ego leads us astray. To avoid the beaten path, we toss the truth away.
N64 game, which one was that? Oh, Conquer. Huh. Yeah, Conquer's Bad for a Day was a good game.
Dance like no one's watching, learn from every mistake. The secret to success, it's in the things we often say. Hidden in the simple words, disguised as a cliche.
Here's the RuneScape stuff.
Heat the forge, feel the flame, and those call, it's all the same. Iron bars, my constant pay, level up come what may. Coal and iron in my pack, smelting down among the stacks. Every level getting sweet, pounding rhythm, feel the beat. Stream into the abyss on YouTube, smithing grind, feel the groove. Making steel bars oh so fine, in this RuneScape life I shine. Click and click, the sparks ignite, through the night till morning light. Hammer down with all my might, smithing dreams take flight tonight. Up the smithing ladder high, hit the seal, don't ask why. Knocking bronze on up to room, keep on going afternoon. Sweating sparks, they fly around in the shop with clanging sound. Golden glow and silver gleam, chasing that smithing dream. Stream into the abyss on YouTube, smithing grind, feel the groove. Making steel bars oh so fine, in this RuneScape life I shine. River strike, the journey's grand, smithing bars with steady hands. In this world my legacy, fortune, fire, wild and free.
As long as I got my heart rate up, that's hilarious.
Watch everything you can doing in this RuneScape life and this RuneScape life.
I gotta edit this part out.
RuneScape life, old and free.
Click and click, the sparks ignite, through the night till morning light. Hammer down with all my might.
Hey, how's it going, Cyan?
Smithing dreams take flight tonight.
What an amazing vibe to join the stream to. Right on.
Through the night till morning light. Hammer down with all my might. Smithing dreams take flight tonight.
Yeah, we're playing all original music on the channel right now.
Heat the forge, feel the flame. Watch my cousin pay. Level up, come with me. Click another strike. Through the nights and morning lights. Hammer down with all my might. Level grind is out of sight. Up the Smith ladder high. Hit the stage.
How are you this morning? I was explaining earlier, but I'm going to be doing a split stream. I'm going to be streaming now while my son's asleep. And then when he wakes up, I'm going to obviously, or when I go wake him up, I'm going to have to stop the stream. And then I'm going to stream again during his next nap. And we're going to see how close we can get to finishing these 5K bars. We'll finish them this weekend, but we're not going to finish it today, I don't think. We've been up for approximately 3 days now. A little tired. What, are you on meth right now? What the frick? That's rough. So, okay. You wouldn't even know this because this is so long ago. So, how many years ago? Probably 12 years ago, something like that. So, I was with Machinima at one point, way back in the day, and when Need for Speed, one of the Need for Speed games, I can't remember which one it was called. When that game came out, we were doing a huge push on content, and it was a 3-day thing, and I think I slept 3 hours total. Pretty sure it was 3 hours total in those 3 days to push out as much content as possible, because I'll just say I got paid for that promo pretty good. I'm pretty sure I could just say I got paid $5,000 to do it. Like 3 days work for $5,000. At the time, I was like, that's sick. Now I'm kind of thinking about it as like, is that good? Yeah, it's still pretty good. But it took me like 3 weeks to recover from that. So if you're doing that right now, you're going to be a zombie for 3 weeks. Like I was.
Every level getting sweet.
I can't even remember the total number. I think I made like 60 videos in those 3 days, though. It was crazy.
What happened to saving our democracy? Their power play is plain to see. Deep state games with words they twist. Their democracy is their iron fist. Where we want the bullets flew and grace Trump's ear.
So anyways, the reason why we're doing a split stream, well, one, I'd be doing a split stream anyways, but today's an exciting day. Today is my son's first true Dadder Day. We call it Dadder Days on Saturdays because all week long he only gets to see me after work because I'm gone before he wakes up. And then Saturdays, a day where I get to spend lots of time with him. So I call it Dadder Days. Well, today, his mom has to do, my wife, she has to go do a first aid training today. And it's an 8-hour course, so he truly is going to be having a full-on Dadder Day. Just him and I hanging out. Take a shower in a Monster and you're back to normal. You like that? Calling it a Dadder Day? Saturdays are Dadder Days, and Sundays, you gotta wear Sunday Reds. That's a golf Tiger Woods reference. He's loving golf so far. Most days after work, I bring him outside and I hit a few balls in the yard. And now he's starting to get up. He can't hit it properly, but I cut down these little tiny golf clubs for him, and he's like swings them around like a sword and whacks the ball. And he loves when he hits the ball. Father-son bonding, yeah. I guess he's 54 weeks old. 1 year and 2 weeks. The moment he masters walking, and like he can walk well, like he can stand and he can take like 2 steps, but he just like bails and he's like, I can get there faster if I crawl. Once he masters walking, he's getting himself a proper golf club. I'm getting him, I think the leg shot is what it's called. It's an 18-inch golf club. And right now, I'm trying to figure out if he's left or right-handed for golf. He's clearly right-handed for like just handling stuff like writing. Probably he's right-handed, but I'm right-handed in most. Well, I wouldn't even say most things. I write with my right hand, but I play golf left-handed. I'm trying to figure out what he is before I buy the club, or I just might buy both and figure it out later. Time does fly. Yes, it does. Maybe he's both. Honestly, it wouldn't be a bad thing to be ambidextrous. Vijay Singh, an old golfer now, but he's right-handed, but he cools down from all of his training sessions, like on the driving range. He cools down by swinging left-handed, hitting balls left-handed. He's a solid golfer left-handed as well. I think he did it to try and prevent muscular imbalances, because golf being like unidirectional, I guess you would call it, you can get some pretty crazy imbalances through your body if you play a lot. Always swinging in one direction. For me, what happened when I played competitive golf for a lot, my right pec was larger than my left. My top right abdominal muscle was larger than my top left, and my bottom left of my abs were larger than my bottom right. It's just because that moment of impact when you're coming through, those are the muscles that are at peak contraction, and the other muscles, the ones that I said were smaller, are not contracting at all. They're like completely relaxed. So if you hit thousands of balls every day, what's going to happen? You're just going to grow more on one side than the other. It's not really noticeable to somebody else, but if I looked down, I could see, I was like, oh yeah, I could see the imbalance.
No matter who's here, from the streets to the streets, from the hives.
And even when I go to the gym, I have significantly more control over my right pec than my left, because my right pec was so much more overdeveloped than the left.
We're drowning in debt, chasing the American dream, but the ladder's been pulled, or so it seems. Education's a joke, healthcare's a scam, while the rich.
Honestly, I'd imagine my right glute might be stronger than my left glute. I'm trying to like picture when you're swinging through a golf swing what would happen, but I'm not sure. Not sure at all.
They say ignorance is bliss, but I'd rather be aware. Fight for the future, show the youth that we care. We can't stay silent, can't just sit and comply. It's time to rise up, time to question why. They scream climate crisis, but it's all a facade.
All right. I always got to check every once in a while when I'm talking a lot, because I really truly don't know how loud I'm being. And my son is just on the other side of the wall in front of me, so I'm talking directly in his direction. But nope, he's still asleep, so that's good. Got about 55 more minutes before I gotta wake him up. And as I'm streaming longer, I'm dropping less frames. So you know what? It might just be whatever I was doing at the start of the stream that was dropping all the frames. Probably all the programs I had running were causing lag or something. OBS has changed so much since I've streamed frequently that my stream settings, like they might have changed a bunch of default stuff with all the updates, and they might just be stupid. Like I might just be streaming not properly. That's my CPU. My CPU is at 3%. Okay, at least I'm not using CPU, but I might not be utilizing my graphics card properly. Have I thought about getting him into playing an instrument? Oh yeah, for sure. As somebody that's played guitar so long, like I've taught guitar for more than 2 decades. I don't teach anymore, but I have a lot of guitars, so you can pick up any of those. And I just get him a smaller one when he's younger. Like this guy.
We always come back, it's where we are strong. Nobody really quits Runescape. We just take prolonged breaks. Yeah, we might log out, but our hearts stay in. We'll return again and again.
It's funny that I had that just like right there. Oh, also he loves. So whenever he goes to my wife's mother's, his grandma on my wife's side, she has a piano there, which she said we can have. It's just really a pain to move a piano. He absolutely loves sitting at the piano and just banging at the keys. And then if you play something, he tries to mimic it. So it's actually like he really enjoys it. He also loves to he would probably love drums because he likes percussive stuff too. You like that guitar? Yeah, that guitar was the first guitar that I bought after I got a job teaching guitar. It's a Gibson Les Paul Classic, so it's modeled after a 1960s Les Paul, Gibson Les Paul. I haven't priced it out recently, but they're worth quite a bit. Like, yeah, I mean, just inflation really, but it's still worth a decent amount of money. It's gone up in value since I bought it. Although what I've done, I would never sell it, and I've probably devalued it with some of the modifications I made. I put Grover tuners on instead of the traditional Kluson tuners, gold-plated ones. Put a gold-plated whatever you call it here, the jack down here, because the fake ivory ones are very fragile and they always crack. So I put a gold-plated one, so it's a lot more sturdy, stronger, better electrical connections, all that jazz. I changed the pickups as well to a traditional hand wound pickup, like what they used to do back in the day. They're modeled after how they made them in the late 50s, like a 58 to 61 era, with 4 leads, allowing me to install push-pull pots. So each one of these knobs, you can pull them in or out, and any combination between them. And with that and the 3-way switch right here, it gives you 20. I don't even remember off the top of my head. I think it's like 21 different combinations of sounds that you could do. Basically an exact duplicate of how Jimmy Page had his number 1 Les Paul set up. You honestly feel like he'd be a synth person. I feel like you would like him to be a synth person, because it's like, how would you possibly know what he might be like? Oh, he's very musical as well, because he loves to sing along with music that's playing. And he does match the pitches pretty decent for a baby. So it's like, dang, maybe he might be able to sing. Daddy cannot sing. I wish I could sing. Well, I don't know. I could probably sing, but it'd have to be in a very low register. And modern music is just not like that.
In the heart of every home, in the streets where we roam, there's a truth that's plain to see. It's the way we ought to be.
Maybe give him an acoustic guitar? Oh yeah. There's I have a parlor. It's called a parlor size acoustic guitar, the PRS. I have this one, PRS PE20E. Literally this one, the tobacco burst. Yeah. I have that one downstairs. He could use that one. And being a parlor size, it means it's much smaller than like a dreadnought. It's a smaller acoustic. It's kind of, I wouldn't say traditionally, but often was used for playing blues, acoustic blues guitar. That's why I got it, because I like that. It's called a parlor style because it's for a much smaller live audience if you weren't miking it up. So it would be good for a little parlor instead of like theater, for example. But yeah, they're a lot more fun to play, and they happen to be smaller, so he'd be able to handle that at a younger age. But then, of course, you get like 3/4 size guitars and half size guitars when they're younger as well, so they kind of develop proper technique along the way and stuff like that. You have an acoustic guitar as well, and it looks pretty similar. To my electric guitar, I guess you're saying? You just started learning? Okay, let me think. What would I recommend early on? And it's so long since I've been teaching guitar, I don't even like off the top of my head have like the common things that I had to correct or tell people to prioritize. Honestly, if you're learning as an adult, don't be afraid of learning bar chords. If you master bar chords, the entire guitar just like opens right up. But you're gonna find the bar chords significantly easier on an electric. Maybe here's a good recommendation: practice on your acoustic a lot. It's a lot easier to play on electric, but you're going to kind of hinder your progress in a way because you're not going to have to be as strong to play as you need to be on an acoustic. So if you're practicing on your acoustic, you're going to be forced to build up that strength. So you might find you could play a bar chord on an electric, but you could not. You'd have like no chance playing a bar chord on an acoustic. Could you send a link? Could you send a link to pictures of the guitar? Oh, you could send a link. Yes, I'm gonna say go ahead. I'm not. Hopefully, my moderator settings are not gonna cause an issue, but I think you should be okay. I think you can post a link in the chat and you'll be fine. If the auto mod thing like kicks in and does something, I'll override it, so you'll be fine. But
local control, pave our own way, secure the borders, protect our land. With justice and peace, we make our stand. This is how you make America strong. Stand for the right every wrong. In the chaos, bring the order back with the Constitution. We're on the right track. Defend the blue, honor their call. Brave men and women standing tall. Use the Constitution, the nation's guide. In liberty and justice we take pride.
the link was too big to send in a message? What? No way. Is there a character limit for YouTube live chat?
Make America great with every stride. Together we stand side by side. This is how you rock. We know the way for a brighter future starting today.
There is. Interesting. Tell me what to Google. Yeah, or you could send it on Discord, yeah. Let me open up Discord so it's actually running.
In the Oval Office where the shadows play.
Now we're into the fun songs.
Joe's got a secret mix, keeping night at bay. A blend of hormones, vitamins, and amphetamines. But behind that weary smile, there's a hidden scheme.
My stream signal dropped real low. Boom, now it's back up. I don't know what happened.
Barely hanging on while Trump's got the blow. This shit is straight up pro, giving you the try. In the twilight hours, just trying to survive. While Trump stands strong, never needs a disguise. Joe's off to Delaware to get his bowler's highs. Science to the core. While Trump's the real deal, Joe's
33, 30, 74. Dang. 64, 1, 1. Dang. Is it Abe Jason? Oh, you're going to send it in a private thing? Yes.
Trump's got the vigor leading night and day.
Interesting. I'm literally doing the exact same thing again as what I did there. By the way, check this out. YouTube.com/abit.tv. I think there's no underscore. So randomly, let me see, videos live, boom. 911 views on this stream. And there's still 7 views per hour going on the stream, on that old stream right now. What is happening? Like, what? How does that? How? How did I get so many views on that? Look at this, a random other video when I was trying. 43 views, 49 views, 34 views. And I was like trying real hard on these videos. If I go to like popular, 15K views, 14K views. So like these ones were like good. I was getting good viewership on these. But then what happened? Like no views. Somehow this one gets 911. When I wasn't even trying. Sent it as a DM. All right, cool. Can I show the DM on stream? I did that banking wrong. Pause it and it's never easy getting views. Apparently it is. Apparently it's easier to just not try than it is to yeah, it's cool. All right. Oh, okay. So you just okay. It looks a lot like what is that called? Gibson. Is it a Gibson Harmony? No, Gibson. What's it called? That I think it's based on that guy. Is that the one? What's it called? It's a famous one. Hummingbird, the Gibson Hummingbird. That's what it's called. It looks a lot like a Gibson Hummingbird. So yours is that one with the burst, and then here's what I think they were going for. See the pick guard, the Hummingbird, and it's literally the same pick guard. Interesting. How much are Gibson Hummingbirds? Dang, they're so expensive. What? $5,400. Okay, somebody told me if I click the iron, it still makes steel. Okay, good, it does. You had no idea? Yeah. The moment I saw that picture that you sent, I'm like, I know that guitar. Wait, why did I close that? Nothing black or not another hunter. What's in that bag?
Crack cocaine or a White House flag? Is it a secret stash for a late night thrill? Or is it just a fake friend? Another kind of pill? Oh.
What? Is it faster when you click the iron versus coal? That XP was rolling in way faster. Bought it on an auction for pretty cheap. So here's a cheap guitar that's actually decent. Jimmy Page used one. They're still really cheap, and it's like an actual vintage instrument you can get. You know what? I'm gonna do. I guess we'll do this still. It seemed to go faster when I was doing the iron. What is it called? A saw. Yeah, here we go. H1260. I don't know if it's the H1260, but you can get. Look at this. So it's an actual. So this one's $1,500. Usually you get them a lot cheaper than that. Yeah, so they were between 58 and 71. They might be going up in value now. Yeah. Okay, so they've gone up in value. When I was looking at them before, you could get one for like, honestly, like $300. But then more people have figured out that they're actually really good guitars.
Now here comes the flip-flop conservative king. Pretends he never backed the vaccine sting. Yesterday's mandates are today's regrets. But we know the truth, don't you forget.
Can't tell what's faster, iron or coal. Might be the timing of my clicks. No, it's the same if I click coal or iron. It just seemed, maybe I just happened to nail my timing better when I was clicking the iron earlier. You also have an Emax synth.
You celebrated Nazis in your hollowed home, yet it's Maxine that try to make up for.
Actually, you know what? I wouldn't mind getting a MIDI keyboard for my stream setup and for when I'm making music and stuff like that. I would want one with weighted keys though, so they'd feel like a legit piano. What's a good place to find? Let's just search MIDI keyboard weighted keys. I don't think I need an 88 key. Maybe like well, that's not bad price on Amazon. Oh, I've heard of it. That's, yeah, a cheap brand, but gets the job done. It uses floppy disk and none of your friends know what that is. That's hilarious. Does it use the, what is it, 5.5 inch or 8.5 inch? Is it 5.5 inch? Floppy. Yeah, it's 5.5 inch. Oh yeah, 3.5 inch. Yeah, they had 8 inch, 5.25, and 3.5 inch. So I'm imagining you're probably using 3.5 inch. These are the three. So I never use these. I don't think. I use these and these. Just tell them it's a save icon. You want to see some old school like computer hardware, ticker tape. Yeah, ticker tape machine. Look at that. Or a ticker tape hard drive. I don't think it's called a hard drive back there. Storage drive. Or tape. Not tape. Ticker tape. Storage, maybe? Yeah, these guys. Punch tape. That's what it's called. Punch tape. There used to be like reels of punch tape that you'd run through a computer, and that's how you would save stuff. I mean, I love tech like that too. It's like super like creative. In a weird way, it's more creative what we have today, but for some reason, it's because it's current. We're like, yeah, that makes sense. We just accept it, but it's like actually it's way more innovative. But the old crappy way, we're like, damn, they were smart to think of that. Meanwhile, they're smarter to do what they have now.
Now the media try to twist it all around, but the people, they know the truth, they won't be.
All right, I better check my phone, see if my wife's texted me, because she is stressing about leaving Mavi here without her. She has not texted yet, but it might be that she's really busy at the training at the course. She's done first aid several times before, but her first aid lapsed, and the only one that she could find that she could book, they're like super hardcore about it, and it's like a full-on, I don't know, it's a really hardcore course. So I think she's gonna be pretty busy. They keep, I don't even know how to describe it fully, but it's a lot more elaborate than what she's done in the past. And because it's lapsed, she can't just do a quick renewal. She has to do the full like base course. It's hard to accept my friend. It's hard to accept my friends when they don't know what a VHS tape is. Damn, I actually just pulled out a bunch of VHS tapes like a week ago. I haven't watched them yet because I gotta find a VCR. I gotta find a VCR, and then I gotta run it through my capture card, because I have a lot of different types of capture cards and stuff like that, and because I used to, oh yeah, you know, because you used to watch me play retro games, so I used to capture a lot of retro games, so then I'd be able to capture the VCR footage. That way I could digitize it.
Freedom rain can go. Let freedom rain.
Okay, we're at the Krusty Paul song. Krusty Paul's about a coworker.
Krusty Paul, your hard one to please, with your job site demands. Man, they don't ease you on a table, a chair, and a lockable box. But
Actually, here's a piece of hardware that most people don't remember. They kind of bypass it. Mini disc. I think with a C. Sony mini disc player. Or what did I want it to correct it to? Yeah, I spelled it right. These guys from Sony, I had one of those. They were way better than the MP3 players at the time. You could get much higher quality audio on them, and more songs on them as well. Let's see if I can find my mini disc player. Is this the one I had? It was blue, but I think it had a little different than that. Let me try and find. I feel like when I see it, is it this one? Might have been, but I thought it had kind of like a brushed finish. I should try and dig it out. You had a DVD player that could play those mini discs too. Oh, I didn't even think about if you could put movies on a mini disc. Of course you could. The other day too, I found my old cousin had this one. I know that. Yeah, that is the one he had, and that when I saw that, I was like, "This is the sickest thing ever." So I had to get one. I think I had. Is it this one? This is giving me flashback memories now. It's actually really bothering me that I can't quite remember. Oh, so I found my old was it called an iPod Classic at the time? I guess it was. Not that one. We'll say, I don't know, 4th gen ish. 5th gen maybe. I had an iPod mini. It's 5th gen. I had a 5th gen. I had the very first iPod Nano as well. And anyways, I found it recently. And so what I did was it was essentially like a large, at the time, a very large capacity hard drive, portable hard drive. So I had installed a virtual machine on it and a copy of Windows, and I was able to plug my iPod into any computer and then have my copy of Windows running on any machine. And I thought that was the sickest thing ever. You're always obsessed with mini discs for GameCube? Okay, so yes, you're not quite getting the exact same. So that's different. Those ones were awesome, and I love it. I actually have a GameCube literally sitting right there. But no, so a mini disc player is different. It's not a standalone disc. So that is literally the disc. So the disc is encompassed in that square thing, and that square thing goes inside the player. It's not a mini CD, if that makes sense. Yeah, we'll just search mini disc again. So it's not a disc inside of a case like that. So here you go. You have your regular. So Laserdisc was huge. Then you had CD. Then you had mini CD, mini compact disc. A mini disc was different. It was stuck inside of that, just like a floppy disk is stuck inside that case, and that's what you put inside. No, it's all right. It kind of looked like that, right? It just looks like it's in a cool 90s case, right? But it's the same thing how your floppy disk has that little thing that slides out of the way when you put it inside. It slides out, and then the laser or whatever optical thing reads the disc that's spinning inside of here. So it was, your discs would not get scratched because they're always protected. Now my wife's on her first break, so she's checking in on Mavi. Said he's sleeping. Oh yeah, this is a song that I wrote for my son Mavi right now, actually. What you were talking about, sorry, it was this one? Mini CD. Yeah, these guys. Yeah, okay, so that I understand, because a lot of CD players had where it could fit in a full CD or DVD, and then they had that little track so you could fit a smaller one as well. Yeah. Like that. Those also were cool. I like that as well. I don't know why I liked it. It just like, it was so cool that it was smaller, but it had lower capacity than a bigger one. Yeah, no worries. So I would say a mini disc player was probably, I would say it's more accurately like called the successor to a floppy disk than it was a it's funny because floppy disks, the 8-inch ones were really floppy, and so were the 5s, a little less floppy, and then the 3 and a like 5 and a quarter, and then the 3.5, I think is what we said it was, were quite stiff, and then the mini disc ones were like incredibly stiff. No give at all.
He takes the stage, unleashing his fury, like a lion uncaged, with words like daggers. He cuts through the air, questioning everything he doesn't play fair. Rebel soul, searching for
I think this is the last song on the playlist. It is. All right, do you have any requests of what for a song? We can make one. Ah, my goodness, I keep miscooking. Still got another 21 minutes of stream left. I should probably... Okay, hold on. 1 sec. Let's see how this sounds. Headphone got caught. I don't think that's horrible, is it? I just turned off my silencer so that it doesn't like cut off my voice at the beginning and the end. Ah, dang it. I do hear that buzz, that that sound when I'm not talking. So maybe I should put the silencer back on. Actually, it's pretty aggressive. Dang. I wonder if I could make it so that the thing is less aggressive, so it doesn't cut off my voice so much. You've made some questionable music with that, so I'm not sure. What do you mean you made questionable music? Like questionable topics of music? Or not good? Or here, let me see if I can find... This is another funny one. It's not public, though. Joe. If I find Joe... So that's a Office Party Blues. So which... This one would be...
9 to 5.
No.
9 to 5.
My Christmas party was off the chain, but there's one thing I can't explain. Joe Torre showed up, acting insane, whipped his wiener out. What a shame.
What did he do?
He thought it was funny being a clown. Tried to slap the boss that's going down, but we all stood there in shock and frown. The whole office heard the sound. Santa's sleigh crashed into the tree. But that ain't even close to what we did see.
It's a country song.
My Christmas party, my Christmas party was off the chain. But there's one thing I can't explain. Joe Torres showed up acting insane, whipped his wiener out, what a shame. He thought it was funny being a clown, tried to slap the boss that's going down, but we all stood there in shock and frown.
This is a true story, by the way.
Heard the sound. Santa's sleigh crashed into the tree, but that ain't even close to what we did see. Joe Torres, oh, what a sight to see. His actions will go down in infamy. Santa's sleigh crashed into the tree, but that ain't even close to what we did see. Joe Torres, oh, what a sight to see. His actions will go down in infamy.
My Christmas party was off the chain, but there's one thing I
9 to 5 all week long. I've been working hard at the company.
Here, you didn't hear this one yet.
In a world of secrets where whispers lie, a voice rose up with a piercing cry. Alex Jones, they called him mad, but in the echoes, some truths he had. Alex Jones was right. In the darkness he found light. Through the storms and the fights, his words took flight. From the whispers of the night to the headlines in our sight, Alex Jones was right. Oh, Alex Jones was right. Government's eye on every call. He warned us all of the giant sprawl. Snowden spoke and the truth came out. Till then there stayed no room for doubt. Alex Jones was right. In the darkness he found light. Through the storms and the fights, his words took flight. From the whispers of the night to the headlines in our sight, Alex Jones was right. Oh, Alex Jones was right. Operation Northwood's plan so grim. He told us then what lay within.
I don't know if you know who Alex Jones is, but if you do, this song is so funny.
Bilderberg's halls behind closed doors. Powers play in global scores. He saw the strings, the hidden hand, influence spread across the land. Alex Jones was right. In the darkness he found light. Through the storms and the fights,
You've heard of him?
from the whispers of the night.
What have you heard about him?
Alex Jones was right. Oh, Alex Jones was right. Big tech script and censor's might. He called it out in the dead of night. I write WMDs and tales so wrong. Jones was true was a warning song. Alex Jones was right. In the darkness
All right, I better reset my fatigue here. I just spelt. Not much. It just sounds familiar. All right. You have a tendency to forget a lot. He's basically like the most prolific conspiracy theorist. But a lot of his conspiracy theories that he rants about later on end up being true. So he's kind of his brand is InfoWars, and their slogan is tomorrow's news today. Well, that's why the song is Alex Jones was right, because a lot of times he'll make a crazy claim and they're like, he's crazy, there's not a chance, and then they're like, oops, actually he was right. He's a bit eccentric, so sometimes when he's talking about something that's crazy, he makes it sound even more crazy, so then that's why people it's easy to dismiss him, because the way he explains stuff, because he's freaking out about how crazy it is, he makes it sound even more crazy, and everyone's like, nah, there's no way. And then you look back to him like, damn, actually he was telling us this was going on, and he was right. It's just, we dismissed him because he sounded like a crazy guy. Well, okay, first of all, here's a cop-out. Do I believe in UFOs? Well, UFOs are unidentified flying objects. Do I believe that there are flying objects that can be unidentified? Absolutely. Now, is it aliens from another planet? Do I think aliens exist elsewhere in the universe? Yeah, probably. Are they here? Maybe.
They say the truth is out there, hidden in plain sight, wrapped up in old sayings like the morning follows night.
Much less likely than their existence.
Thinking we're so wise, but the answers lie before us.
Exactly. Yeah, most likely not aliens. Yeah, the probability more likely to be not aliens. Just something we don't understand. From it could be from your own government, another government.
It's simple and it's plain, but our ego leads us astray. To avoid the beaten path, we toss the truth away. A stitch in time saves nine. Don't count your chickens yet. Every dog will have its day. Don't live with regret. The early bird catches the worm. Slow and steady wins the race. Actions speak much louder in the smile upon your face.
Look up K218B. Is that a drone?
Common truth we've heard a million times along our way.
Oh, a planet. It's a super Earth exoplanet that orbits an M-type star. Its mass is 8.92 Earths. It takes 32 days to complete one orbit. That's incredibly fast. What about it? It's a planet really highly likely to have life.
What goes around will come around in every word you say.
Okay, so it's orbiting a red dwarf. So it's a Type M planet. Type M star. Is our sun? I can't remember. This, I used to know all this because I used to be a physics major, and so the acronym is OB, kind girl. OB, a kind girl. Isn't it OB, a kind girl, kiss me? But that's too. Oh, OB, a fine girl. OB, a fine girl, kiss me. So Type M is the last one. Is Is the sun a type M star? I think it is. It's a type G. Oh, be a fine girl. Kiss me. Okay, so yeah, so that's a lot colder than ours. Oh, Beetlejuice. Beetle guys or whatever in Orion is a type M.
Feel the flame and those comments all the same.
Nothing is confirmed, of course not.
Level up, come what may.
Who's this? Obelisk. Just looked like they were checking me out.
Among the stacks, every level getting sweet. Pounding rhythm, feel the beat. Stream into the abyss on YouTube. Smithing grind, feel the groove. Making steel bars so
Yeah, so if you're wondering what I was doing, the stellar classifications. So here's the temperature, the color temperatures, or the temperatures of all the stars. So the size, it also has to do with size too. So hydrogen, blah 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 blah, percent of all the stars. So we are type G, our sun. Oh yeah, I could have told you that because of the. So our sun is at 5777. So it's kind of almost an F. Unless they've adjusted that. But I remember our sun's being a 5777 Kelvin star. But what I was trying to remember was the acronym for the classifications. So OBAFGKM, O be a fine girl, kiss me, is the one that I was taught. So type O stars are absolutely massive and unbelievably hot.
Avoid everything you book.
Right. It's weird that it says hydrogen weak, because I was like, no, they should have a ton of hydrogen. Boom, 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 boom on the spectrum. But then I was looking at these other ones. Meek. Oh, wait. What? Weak, medium, strong. Why is type A stronger than O? There must be something I'm forgetting about here. Are they saying these burn so? They burn so quick, it's hard to detect the hydrogen on them, maybe. Anyways, as the star gets older, you're going to have more other elements in it. Interesting.
Click another strike.
And then, hold on here. What, here, sun, 5777 Kelvin. Yeah, the sun's surface is usually assumed as a black body with a temperature of 5777. The surface is listed as 5778, apparently. Why isn't it a type F?
Smelting down among the stacks. Every level getting sweet. Pounding rhythm through the beat. Sweating sparks, they fly around. A shot with clanging sound.
Because the picture is not accurate. Type F is 6K. Alright, that makes sense. When I see you haven't studied that stuff much. I studied it a lot, but it's been, what year is it right now? It's been like a decade plus since I've like reviewed any of this stuff. I once wanted to be a physicist and a professor teaching physics at university, but didn't happen. I I could always go back and finish my degrees and become a physicist, even like when I'm retired and stuff like that. But never gonna be a professor at that point.
Every level getting sweet. Pounding rhythm, feel the beat. All that iron in my pack.
Unless something really drastic happens in the world.
Every level getting sweet. Pounding rhythm, feel the beat.
Major things need to change for that to be a possibility.
Smelting down among the stacks. Every level getting sweet. Pounding rhythm, feel the beat. Oh, golden avenue.
Anyways, we are a Type M planet, though. Earth is a Type M planet, I believe. If I remember right. Yeah, so it's 0.429 astronomical units. So 1 astronomical unit is the distance the Earth is from the sun. That's the standard we set. That's what an AU is. So they are 14%. 14 and a third percent of the distance we are from the Earth to their star. That's incredibly close. That's why their year is only 32.9 days. And I'm assuming that's our days and not their days, because it could also, that's the confusing thing about this stuff, is because you could have the exoplanet's day where the day is determined by its rotation, like what it makes a solid rotation, so on its own axis. So the sun rises, sets and rises on its, from its perspective. And you could set that as a day, and then it could say every 32.9 times that happens, it does an orbit around the star as well. Or you could be relating it back to human, to Earth days, that it takes that long, and then you could be like, honestly, it's probably tidal locked at that point. If it's that close, it's probably tidal locked. And if you don't know what tidal locking is, so the moon, if you look at the moon, no matter what, no matter where you are on Earth and your entire life, every time you look at the moon, it's easiest to see during a full moon, but the same side of the moon is facing Earth at all times. And that's because it is tidally locked with Earth, because it's close enough. So what that means is it is rotating as it is orbiting, but the rotation is perfectly timed with the orbit, so that as it moves here, because if you don't rotate and you orbit, you're going to see different surfaces of the moon. So the spin is exactly at the same speed, so that my thumb is pointing at my hand. If I don't rotate my hand, my thumb's pointing away from my hand, like 90 degrees. But if you let it rotate at the exact same speed where my thumb is always pointing at it, that's what the moon does, and that's called that's when an object is tidally locked with its what is orbiting. So that planet, I would imagine, is likely tidally locked with its star because it's that close, and how fast it orbits around it. So with that in mind, I don't know about life being there, because I feel like the day-night cycle is pretty important for life to exist on a planet. Okay, that's my alarm. That means I gotta go wake up my son. Without looking deeper into it, like that's my cursory review of that planet. Obviously, if they're talking about here, if they say it orbits within the habitable zone, whatever, the Goldilocks zone. I don't know why I can't pronounce that right now. Possible hints of light, no, is not habitable. And news outlet said otherwise. They're crying wolf, but they're not the only ones at fault. So why is it not? Does it have to do with idle? No, I wanted to search the object to see if it was the tidal lock that was the reason. No. There's probably some other reason why they say there can't be life on it, but that would be my first guess as to why. Could have been another planet, of course. I mean, the amount of planets they have classified now. So how many exoplanets have been discovered. There are more than 5,000. I remember when that number was like 300, and that was not that long ago. They're discovering them so fast. Okay, so it's 5,741 as of July of this year. But here we go. Before 2031, 2000 2009, 377. So I guess I was wrong when I said it's around 300. It would have been, I remember when it was around, well, I guess it goes to the end of 2009. But yeah, it was like 400-ish, I guess. And then boop, 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 bam. Look at all those discovered then in 2016. There's probably, I wonder if that's a new 2016. That's not Kepler. Kepler telescope. Launched in 2009. When did they do the upgrade? And then what is the telescope they use now? I can't remember. I used to know all this stuff. And then I think there's the really big European telescope. I think they changed the name. Extremely large telescope. It used to have the record. I don't think it's completed yet, is it? Built. Okay, it says apparently it's completed. I think it's smaller than what it was planned to be. And the name kept changing because it depended on who was funding it. The project was originally called the European Extremely Large Telescope, but name was shortened. Is it the biggest one right now for an optical telescope? It was supposed to be at the time the largest optical telescope. Now it's the Grand Telescopio. Is it finished though? Because a lot of times, I don't know. 10.4 meters. That's not the biggest. Well, optical and reflective. That's fine. Yeah. So the LBT, blah blah blah. The effective aperture. So 11.9. Come on. Does it say 10.4 meters? Yeah, that's only 34 feet. Here, no, sorry. This is what I wanted. Because, yeah, largest visible light telescope. The giant Magellan telescope. Finished in 2029.
From Longbridge to Varrock, through forests so green, we built our legends in a kingdom unseen. But life has a way of pulling us apart. Jobs and schools, new starts. Yet there's a place where our hearts belong. We always come back, it's where we are strong. Nobody really quits Runescape. We just take prolonged.
Okay, so that says it's 10.4 meters. What is the extremely large telescope? What is it? Diameter. Yeah, 39.3 meters. Optical / near infrared. Yeah. The optical part is what I was looking for. They list other ones of similar size. Okay, so the aperture diameter 39.3. Reduced from its original design. The overwhelmingly large telescope is what they wanted, which was supposed to be was supposed to be 100 meters. Why does it say 60/100? So basically 328 feet is what it was originally supposed to be. And they reduced it all the way down to like a little over a third. It would have been crazy if they made it that big. Anyways, yes, I really got to get going. Wake my son up. He's still sleeping. He gets a little extra nap time. That's fine. All right, I will be back on in, I don't know, what is it? Like 3 hours from now, I'll be back on again. So I'll see you guys soon. Peace, guys.